So, we need to talk about Israel, the country version of your worst family argument. Not long ago, Bibi froze the Western Wall Agreement. To those of you who don't know about the Western Wall Agreement, let me break it down to you exactly how the Prime Minister likes, through stupid cartoons. The Western Wall is basically an ultra-Orthodox synagogue, which means there is segregation between men and women. Women are prohibited from celebrating bat mitzvahs, reading from the Torah, wearing a talit, or even praying out loud. And the men, well, they're allowed to do whatever they want. Why? Because they're men! That's seriously the only reason. It's not even against Jewish law. It really seems as though they just don't want to share the wall. Just like Rose at the end of Titanic. What is the matter with you, Rose? Just let Leo get up on that door. There's plenty of room for both of you, Rose! Anyway, then came the Women of the Wall, an organization of women from all Jewish denominations, and said, there is more than one way to be Jewish. There's plenty of room for all of our voices in this great holy place. A peaceful statement followed by this. Treated like criminals for praying and wearing a talit. Here they are being frisked by security guards in fear of smuggling in a Torah. Why? How is this a thing? What are you afraid they'll do with it? It's a scroll. I mean, come on, even the Hamburglar is a more serious offender. These images of the arrests caused an outcry from liberal Jews in Israel and abroad, and the pressure was on Bibi to fix it.
We will soon conclude a long overdue understanding that will ensure that the Kotel is a source of unity for our people, not a point of division.
A new separate plaza was suggested as a solution, and the terms were, the plaza would be big and dignified, where gender equality and religious freedom are protected by law. The Women of the Wall, Reform and Conservative Jews would be in charge of it, and the two plazas will share an entrance so anyone could decide where they'd like to pray. This was historic, the wheels were in motion. And meanwhile, this happened.
בלילה בשקט בנינו פה רחבה יפה שנקראת רחבת ישראל. וזה נקרא פשרת הכותל 1.
Naftali Bennett decided to take matters into his own hands and at the dead of night, without consulting with anyone and without anyone's permission, built the egalitarian plaza himself. And for some reason, bragged about it.
אני אספר לכם, זה היה באישון לילה. כי אם היינו מודיעים על זה מראש, כל העולם היה קופץ. הבנתי שיש את הבעיה, ופשוט הקמנו פלטפורמה מעץ.
What the hell is that? It looks like a poorly constructed sun deck. I don't want to tell you how to do this or anything, but it's not a solution to a real problem. You building this thing at night without telling anyone is not a compromise. A compromise is when you meet each side and reach a compromise. To the surprise of no one, the Women of the Wall rejected this shoddy wooden whatever that looks as if it was built by a donkey with a hammer, and the negotiations with the government continued for 3 more years. In 2016, the agreement for the new plaza, the nice one we mentioned, not this thing, was passed by a majority vote of the Israeli cabinet.
I will always ensure that all Jews can feel at home in Israel. Reform Jews, conservative Jews, Orthodox Jews, all Jews.
Alright, Bibi, finally a happy ending! Oh, come on! So Bibi caved to the ultra-Orthodox, which sounds like the lamest transformer ever, by the way. And so here we are, after 28 years of fighting for religious freedom in the Holy Land, and what do we get? A sun deck with a separate entrance you can only go by entering through the Dung Gate, which is its actual name, by the way. Here's a photo. Okay, but don't worry, Bibi has our backs. Here's what he has to say about this whole thing.
I am committed, and I remain committed, to making every Jew feel at home in Israel, including at the Kotel. Including at the Kotel. All we need is patience and perseverance.
What? Patience? Really? It's been 28 years. That's the entire run of The Simpsons. And that show's been on the air forever. I think the baby's like 50 now. Now look, I know this whole thing seems very discouraging, but despite the political gymnastics our leaders are doing just so they won't have to deal with this issue, don't give up on Israel. If you hold equality, freedom, and social justice as Jewish values, don't be silent. This is the battle over what Israel would become. Make your voices heard. Don't leave it up to them.